going on, everyone? Back here with another video, and today, as you can see, we've got an unboxing to do. This is the package that I talked about last video. This is the HP Z840. I've had this actually for a few months. I've just never had a chance to unbox it. I've been so busy, but now is the time to unbox it. So let's go ahead and get started. So this unit is an HP Z840. I bought this a few months ago with the intention to replace my MacBook Pro, but my MacBook Pro doesn't need replacing because, quite frankly, it's a really good machine and it doesn't need to be replaced. So I had this sitting for a while and no real plans for it. So, you know, I just decided to keep it and brainstorm plans for this thing, and well, I think we're gonna make a Hackintosh out of it. Not really a whole lot of them out there that are Hackintosh, so I feel like it'd be a pretty fun series to see just how crazy we can get with this machine as far as a Hackintosh. See if we can make it, you know, 32 cores or however many cores, and you know, put a bunch of RAM in it and see what kind of performance we can actually get out of a not super old but relatively old system like this, and see how close we can get to modern day Macs. So good gracious, man, this thing is like packed so well. All right, here we've got, oh, that's right. All right, here we go. That's off to the side. Okay, you can kind of see it, but yeah, here we go, guys. You've got the Z840 right here. Pretty basic standard. I don't see a CD drive or anything here. Let's go ahead and switch the angle up so you guys can see a little bit better. Alright, I know lighting kind of sucks, but here is the front of the machine. As you guys can see, like I said before, pretty basic, nothing really going on, not even a CD drive in here. Basic Z840 branding. Got USB, headphone stuff, power button. Simple, simple, simple. You've got the left side of the machine, no latch or anything. Then you've got the right side of the machine, which has your latch, which reveals all your goodies. You've got the nice side panel. Alright, so after fiddling with the shrouds for an embarrassing amount of time, I finally got them off. All it was is just you pull the bottom one off and then you pull the top one off. I didn't know that for whatever reason. But as you can see, this is a pretty bare bones config. Only one CPU, one heatsink, no RAM. Yeah, nothing really going on with this. Bare bones, as cheap as possible. Wanted to build it up as much as possible so we can document it and have a nice little series about building this thing up into hopefully a decent Hackintosh. Now, a little bit about this machine. If you don't know, this is a dual socket LGA 2011 TAC3. Up to 22 cores a socket, so it can go crazy, like 40 something cores, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty sure the max is 22 cores for the version 4 processors, but I have to double check. As you can see, just one heatsink for right now. I'm gonna order another heatsink when I buy the rest of the stuff. As you guys can, I can show you guys. This is the shroud that came off of the first portion up here. And if you guys can see that, it's only got one fan and the slot for the second right here. So we'll definitely be adding a second processor for sure. But yeah, as you can see, very, very basic config. We've got our power supply here. This is a 1125 watt power supply. So pretty beefy unit right there. We've got all of our 6-pin connections. We've got 3 of them right there. As you can see, the nice cable management ports right there. It's pretty nifty, man. Pretty nifty setup in here. You got your drive bays right here. Up to 4 3.5-inch hard drives, which is pretty nice. All toolless caddies. Very, very nice. Even though we're not really going to be using any hard drives in here, it's always a nice thing to have. So let me see here. But yeah, around the back, I think that's the only thing I have not covered. We've got the rest of our I/O here. We've got our USB 3s, 2 gigabit Ethernets, 2 USB 2.0s, your headphone, your microphone jack, your audio out and your audio in, PS2 keyboard and mouse, and then your serial. And that is pretty much it. This is a very, very bare bones machine. I wanted it that way. Relatively inexpensive. I think this is only like $300, considering these things usually go for, 7 to 8 when they have when they're fully configured. So yeah, like I said before, this is going to be a Hackintosh project. Not really any timeline on when I want to have it done or when I want to get started on it. It's kind of like one of those background things. I initially purchased this before I made the 6-month review of the MacBook Pro. I was thinking about replacing it, but then I was like, you have to have something else to replace it with that's mobile and portable, so it didn't really make much sense. And this was more of an impulse purchase. I tried to justify it with the MacBook Pro being replaced. Obviously it didn't make any sense because this is not portable by any means necessary, so it didn't even make any sense to begin with. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I said, Hackintosh project, we're going to be trying to max out the number of cores macOS can support, which I believe is 32 cores physical and then 64 threads. So 32 cores, 64 threads, I think is the not theoretical, but I think that's the hard max that macOS can support. So we're going to be looking into that. As far as memory, I'd like to do 128 gigs and up. I'm not really decided on how much yet, but the more the merrier, whoever I can get cheapest. The name of the game for this build is how close we can get to recent Mac performance for the cheapest amount of money. Yeah, so that's memory and processor. As far as graphics goes, I don't know yet. I'd like to put in like a 6800 XT in it and see like what the performance is like. I don't know if the budget is going to allow for a 6800 XT. I don't know. I'm not sure about the graphics card just yet. I'm really just more concerned about the CPU performance rather than graphics performance, because graphics performance will carry over from graphics card to graphics card since this is a more recent platform. The main thing I'm comparing this to is going to be like a 2019 Mac Pro, and seeing how close we can get to that performance number. But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I don't really have too much more to say about this machine until we start building it up. Those are my plans, and yeah, so thanks for watching, guys, and look forward to content coming with this machine in the future, and I'll see you in the next one.